I feel like things are never simple in Park to Prem. We left things last time out feeling pretty good about ourselves. I don't feel so good anymore. There's 3 matches left today. To kick things off, we take on the team who are bottom, and Charlton and Forest Green play each other. There's a 3-way tie at the top of the table. 3 teams on 83 points. Only 2 promotion spots. There's 3 games left of the season. Today we end it, hopefully, in the top 2. I don't even care about winning the league. I just need to get promoted at this point. Oh, let's not delay it any longer. Let's get into this. How's it going, folks? And welcome back to episode number 44 of Park to Prem with FC United. Today, as I've mentioned, we finished the season. 3 matches left. We are taking on AFC Wimbledon, Colchester United, and Birmingham City. Colchester and Birmingham both in the playoffs. Charlton and Forest Green play each other as we take on bottom of the table AFC Wimbledon. So the plan of attack for today really is get a good first result, then hopefully be able to enjoy the latter 2 games. I just want it to go to plan. Now, of course, last episode we ended things with the game against Charlton. A fantastic win. Grant Nesbitt got us the early winner in a 1-0 win. And from there, 4 games played, 1 win. I have an excuse. I'll get my excuses in bright and early. We took on Barnsley. We took the lead against Barnsley. And then they broke Stephen Gold. So it's not my fault that we bottled this game. Stephen Gold out, as you can see here, for 3 weeks with sprained ankle ligaments. That meant he missed a big chunk of these upcoming games. He wasn't the only injury we had either. Terry Taylor recently broke a rib. He's now out for 3 to 6 weeks. And elsewhere in goal, I don't want to just play the victim here, but Mitchell McDonald also got injured for 4 weeks with a thigh strain. So my excuse for this poor run of form is just the injuries that we had. I mean, the defeat against Barnsley wasn't good at home. Having taken the lead to bottle it in the second half did sting a little bit. I do feel like as well the fixture pile-up really did start to kind of take a toll on players at this point. Of course, we've been playing a lot of football. We had games in hand. One such game was this one against Mansfield. We won it 1-0. It was not convincing, but we will take it at the end of the day. 1-0 against one of the teams who were promoted with us last year. Unfortunately, that is the only win we've had as of late, because as you can see here, against Blackpool, away from home, a game that we really should be doing well in, we drew 2-2. We had an XG of 3. They had an XG of 1. We missed a penalty in the second minute, and it just kind of felt like one of those days from that moment onwards. I just knew as soon as we missed that first penalty, we weren't coming away with a win. And you may also notice Whitley, who had to slot in goal, hasn't done very well himself. He's played 3 games, kept 1 clean sheet, and then he himself has now got injured for 2 weeks. So, yeah, just everyone at the club is getting injured at the moment. Anyway, in our most recent game, we lost 2-1 against Burton. This was, again, a game that we probably should have won. We were 2 goals down, then we went really, really attacking. We created a load, and it wasn't enough. I mean, you can see here what happened. They took their chances. We did not take our chances. We missed a penalty in this one as well. Thomas Sang. Apparently, our team are just incapable of taking penalties at this point. Stephen Gold was still not available. McDonald was also out for this one. The good news is we have had a 2-week break between that game against Burton and today's first game against AFC Wimbledon. And because this is my favourite thing to look at, here is how the promotion race looks. Of course, we're doing all 3 matches today. There is no messing around. As I've already mentioned, Charlton and Forest Green play one another. You can see looking at the league table, we are all tied. Goal difference is currently the separator. Elsewhere, Charlton do still have to take on Birmingham. They have then got, however, a game against Wickham they will back themselves to win. I mean, Forest Green's games to end the season are not easy. As for our own, I mean, as I've already mentioned, beat AFC Wimbledon. I think that takes the pressure off us a little bit. That said, I'm not looking forward to the games against Colchester or Birmingham. Colchester have been in some good form as of late. You can see here, I say they've been in some good form as of late. They've just not been. They did win their most recent game. A team who I know have been in good form as of late, Birmingham City, a team who were down in 22nd at the halfway point in the season. They have had, to be fair, a little bit of a wobble. But make no mistake, they are a team on fire, in form, and yeah, we're going to hope maybe they can do us a favour against Charlton, and then maybe we go into a game against them and it has no consequences. I mean, really, I want as little drama as possible to end the season, which might sound weird. It's very selfish, really. You guys want drama. You want to see me crying as we bottle promotion or get it with the last kick of the game. For me personally, 2 early wins. Let's just guarantee ourselves promotion with a game to spare. That would be nice. So I talked about the fact we have been juggling a couple of injuries as of late. The good news is, as I mentioned, we've had a 2-week break between the previous games and this first game of the episode. So with that in mind, we have had players come back to full fitness. McDonald doesn't need a fitness test. Gold, in fact, doesn't need a fitness test. McDonald passed his fitness test. So good news for 2 players who were pretty big misses for us. Elsewhere, I mentioned Terry Taylor. He is out for pretty much the rest of the season. Massive shame, but it does open up a chance for Shipley to come into the team. Shipley, by the way, tremendous centre-back, really hasn't been given enough first-team opportunities, but he will get one in this game here. Elsewhere in the team, you can see Whitley obviously out, and Regan Booty, who you may remember got that hip injury last episode, he's still out for 2 to 4 weeks. So unfortunately, Regan Booty, contract running out at the end of the year, we might have seen his last game ever for us, but good news, everyone. I have already sorted out his replacement because Amadou Ba has been granted a work permit, which is absolutely massive. I got it on appeal. I obviously have to wait, I think it's 90 days to reapply, or 120 days to reapply for work permits. I decided to try and get one with Amadou Ba just because he's still playing for the Guinean national team. And as you can see here, he's been developing amazingly. So next season, he basically comes in as a new signing. And when you compare him to Regan Booty, fair to say, minor upgrade. But rather than focus on Amadou Ba, perhaps we should really focus on what league we're going to be playing in next year. Let's get into this first game. AFC Wimbledon, a team who narrowly avoided relegation last season. We stole Cannonier away from them, and with us stealing one of their better goal scorers last season, they have struggled. This is a game I want to win. It's a game that we should win. Let's make it happen, please, Football Manager. Thank you. Early highlight here. It's a bit of a throwback, I feel like, to the Three Bridges days. It feels like it's rained all of this season. Anyway, we've got Duffy on the ball here, bringing it forward. Can he finish it? No, I'll tell you what, that was a throwback, wasn't it, as well, to Three Bridges. That was Gaylor-esque in terms of the actual open play finish. Gold, Shipley. I mean, we'll take a highlight here. Gold flicks it on Nesbitt, plays in Duffy. Can he finish this one? He can finish this one. He finds the bottom corner. 1 minute gone, 1-0. I feel sorry for our fans. There's no roof above their heads. What can I say? Manager of the people, looking out for the away fans. Not fair that they're all out in the corner, suffering in the rain. Very happy that Duffy went over and celebrated with them. I'm sure that makes getting damp worth it. O'Hara for AFC Wimbledon, booting it forward. Tanner, now wide with Knight. We are going to have to be good defensively, and that's something we have struggled with recently. Not nearly enough clean sheets in this second half of the season, especially against teams where I feel like we should do better against them. I do wonder if this year we've benefited from teams kind of being complacent against us. You know, teams look at us, go, that's a low rep team. So they kind of play a way that, I don't know, it allows us to break them down well. And so when we take on weaker teams, maybe we struggle. I'm not sure this theory holds out, at least in AFC Wimbledon's case. It's 2-0 here. Nesbitt scored a one-on-one. There was a period this year where I felt like he couldn't score a one-on-one in a live com. At the moment, he's in some great goal-scoring form. And Gold, I mean, lovely pass on his left foot. Nesbitt, first time, into the bottom corner. I'm sorry, AFC Wimbledon. You are staying bottom of the league. Coming up to half an hour gone here. It's been a little while since we've had one of our big blowout wins, although maybe this is the one. Oh, my word. That was ridiculous. That was actually ridiculous. That was mad. The finish by Nesbitt was superb on the volley. I was almost caught out that it went in. I expected him to blast it over the crossbar. He timed his run to perfection. There was part of me waiting for a flag to be raised as well. And well, I said it's been a while since we've had one of our big wins. I think we beat Wickham 8-0, and since then they've been on hiatus. We're 3-0 up in this game in less than half an hour. I mean, maybe we could get to 9 and beat our record from earlier on this year. Might be wishful thinking that, really, mightn't it? I realise I've been so caught up in the excitement of this game, I've not even looked over at the latest score from Forest Green and Charlton. I don't know what the best result is for us. If we want to win the league, a draw is the best result. If we want to get promoted, one of them winning is probably the best result. I mean, they were probably hoping between them that we were going to slip up here. Unfortunately, not going to be the case. It's 4-0, and it's all very straightforward. McDonald, with the ball from deep, lumps it forward. We've got Nesbitt, we've got Gold. They are players who can head down the ball to someone like Duffy to slot it into the bottom corner. And yeah, I feel a bit sad for the fans behind the goal, I'll be honest. Just a little score update. Currently 0-0 in the Forest Green v Charlton game. So yeah, not a lot going on there. As for ourselves, well, we're just already bolstering our emphatic goal difference. Could we get another? Duffy's through. He scored a fifth. You know what? For Wimbledon's sake, I'm just going to stop showing the replays of the goals because I feel bad. This is not needed, is it? 5-0. I suppose this makes up for all the times where we've been FM'd this season. We've had a higher XG and not scored. We've had an XG of 1.66. It's 5-0. There's not a lot to say here. You're doing brilliantly. Just more of the same in the second half, lads. Butterworth, corner on the far side. Whips in. Quanta hits the crossbar. We can't get a rebound. And if you thought maybe we were taking our foot off the accelerator, maybe we're going to, be kind. It's not happened. We're continuing to go for them. There is no mercy being shown here. Gold, back post, can't quite get there. Shipley, though, to mop up the pieces. Coming in for Terry Taylor. Shipley's done a good job this year, to be honest, as a backup centre-back. He has started 10 or so games. He's always kind of done what was required. Would quite like to see him get a goal in this one. That would be nice. We might have a chance here. Nesbitt scored. Are we the baddies? Are we the baddie? It's 6-0 after 50 minutes. I feel they are already relegated, right? It does turn out Wimbledon weren't relegated before this game, but if things stay as they are relegated now. I'm really sorry, AFC Wimbledon. I feel almost... This feels worse. We could have just beaten them 2-0 and been kind. I mean, maybe we'll give them a chance to celebrate in front of their fans here. Or maybe McDonald doesn't have a heart, tips it round the post. Corner for Knight, whips it in. AFC Wimbledon, they're going for a goal and they're going to get a penalty kick here. That is a gift. Sule has just been kind there. You know what? It's like mercy. He showed a bit of mercy, I think, by just shoving a guy in the back. Mitchell's going to take the penalty. He's going to score the penalty. It's 6-1. The way this game's going, we're going to need an abacus to keep track of the score. An abacus is the thing that I think it is, right? Where it's like the rails and you have like the balls that you can move to count. It's like a calculator, but physical. Do people know, is that an abacus? I feel like abacuses aren't a thing that you see anymore. But I can imagine in this game, someone needs one. Anyway, tangents aside, we're on the attack again. Nesbitt, it's 7-1. It's 7-1. We are the baddies. This is one of those games where I feel like I should probably make a sub or something, but Duffy and Nesbitt are just on fire. You know what? Gold, you can have a little break. We'll bring in Cannoneer. Elsewhere, O'Donnell on a booking. You know what I'm going to say? It scares me. Get him off the pitch. Charlton beating Forest Green, by the way. Latest score update. I'm not sure what the score is, but the league table has updated. Charlton are winning. And now we're winning. Are we going to be winning by a few more, though? Fraser, on off the bench. He's probably going to want to have an impact. I feel like this is the kind of game where you come on as a sub and you want to score. And, well, Cannoneer has got in on the action. He makes it 8-1 in the 88th minute. I do feel a little bit bad. 9-1, almost not that impressive because we've already won 8-0 this year. But if we get to 10, then the party really, really begins. Anyway, Mitchell's lumping it forward for them. I mean, if Lay scores, get them something to cheer about. McDonald doesn't have a heart, does he? He is trying really, really hard. He doesn't need to. It's about sending a message, though. Look, we've won 8-1 here. Crazy, crazy game. Nesbitt with 4, Duffy with 3. It felt like everything we touched just turned to gold. Every shot that we had went in. The AFC Wimbledon goalkeeper, probably the reason they've been relegated this year. I think he made 1 save in the entirety of that game. And well, with that result, an 8-1 win, and with elsewhere, oh my word, Forest Green got a late equaliser through, is that Charlie Taylor? Connor Taylor, with the late equaliser from a centre-back. I mean, that's pretty big. That pulls, well, both teams within touching distance of us if we were to lose one of our remaining games. Of course, just as a reminder, we're taking on Colchester, we're taking on Birmingham. 2 teams with absolutely everything to play for. And if I'm not mistaken, the first of those games is like in 3 or 4 days' time. Indeed it is. 4 days away, Colchester at home. Nesbitt's in form. AFC Wimbledon have been relegated. I don't feel bad. I can lie to you and say I don't feel bad. They were awful. They don't deserve to be in this league. Right, should we go play Colchester? It's 4 days away. I'm going to rest the players. Loads of football left to be played. That was the entree. Let's get into the main course. I can't guarantee 9 goals in this next game, but we'll give it a good go. We are taking on Colchester at home. They are a team who have been a bit wobbly in form. Of course, games to keep an eye on elsewhere. Charlton taking on Birmingham. Birmingham currently in a big battle, actually, to get into the playoff spots. As are Colchester, 2 teams with a lot to play for, but away from home, you would expect both ourselves and Charlton to win. Elsewhere, Salford taking on Forest Green. Salford currently in 4th place. They can't really catch the teams at the top. they are still in danger, actually, of dropping out the playoffs themselves. So, yeah, everyone's kind of playing one another towards the top of the table. There is a chance, if we win and Salford win against Forest Green, that we can just guarantee ourselves promotion with one game left. Of course, I want to win the league as well. There isn't a load of prize money on offer, but there's pride on offer. It'd be nice to win League One, having won League Two last year. And, well, in terms of team news for today's game, as you can see here, a sea of rested players means that for this match, no changes, no messing around. We looked fantastic last time. Why change something that ain't broke? Okay, straight away, highlight, Colchester corner, though. Not what we want to see. Quansah is going to head it away. I feel like we are going to be tested more than we were in the last game. I feel like that's stating the obvious. There was not a test last game. There was basically no opposition. I know that this is not plain sailing. This is not an easy game, even at home. For as good as we've been this year, we've had a lot of games where I feel like we've scraped by 1-0. That on another day could have been a draw, could have even been a defeat. McDonald certainly saved our bacon on a couple of occasions. And, well, with that in mind, I'm hoping that we can score more than a couple here, that we can take that goal-scoring form that we had against AFC Wimbledon and see it against a better team, and that's the kind of start we wanted. Duffy gets a goal. He got a hat-trick last game. He's got another one here from centre attack in mid. A man who's been with us ever since the Vanarama National League days. The kind of player that when we got promoted from the Vanarama National League, we kept faith in. Had we not had that 1 year where we didn't get promoted, maybe the kind of player who wouldn't have survived that jump up to League 2. But as it stands, you know, 2 league seasons in the National League, then a season in League 2. And right now, he is doing it in League 1 as well. And well, we're on the attack here. Nesbitt nearly getting on the end of it. Nesbitt, by the way, in the media Dream 11 in the league as a striker. He is absolutely sensational. Not the best technically, but he's a beast in the air. He's very, very quick too. Showed what he's capable of last game. Might show what he's capable of again here. Sule with the ball through. Unfortunately, Nesbitt not able to get on the end of it. Dorrington collects for Colchester. Of course, it's only the 5th minute here. There is still so much time, well, left to be played. And well, we could be on the attack here. Stephen Gold in the wide area. Nesbitt lurking back post. Duffy's in there as well. And Duffy very nearly doubled his goal tally for the game. Hit it just wide of the post. Elsewhere, Salford beating Forest Green. If things stay as they are, we'd be promoted. But don't count Colchester out. That free kick was not far over. Corner for us. Butterworth steps up. He whips it in. Stephen Gold heads it against the crossbar. Don't talk about bingo, Jack. Don't do it. Walters down the line in front of the gazebo. Colchester on the attack. Ball whipped in from deep. McDonald. But very dramatic save there. One for the cameras. He now rolls it out to Shipley. We are forced to go long, but that is okay with us as now Nesbitt finds some space down the line and, well, finds a defender with that pass. Wasn't the best bit of football we've seen from him, really. Dorrington plays it forward. Shipley steps up to win the header. It's dinked towards Stevie Gold. Can the man keep it in play? He can. He floats it towards Butterworth, who headers it against the crossbar, hits the floor, bounces out, but the linesman says it was in. Oh my word, that is a crazy finish with the header. And it's lovely, isn't it, to see Gold and Butterworth. Butterworth here since the Vanarama National kind of Conference North days. And, well, in Gold's case, he's been here since we're in the Northern Premier Division. A man who has now played with us at 5 different leagues and looks like he's been an integral part of what is, well, quickly looking like a promotion campaign. But it's not all done yet. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Butterworth, oh my word, he nearly scored another. Never scores free kicks from that far out, but, I mean, if there was a time to do it, this wouldn't be a bad moment. Haynes throwing it down the line to Stevie Gold. Dancing through the defence, or rather attempting to dance through the defence. Dancing isn't his thing, nor is dribbling, or finishing, allegedly. Colchester now looking to break. If they get one back, squeaky bum time commences. And this jovial atmosphere that I have, it's going to fade quite quickly. Ball dinked in, it's finished as well. It's a really, really nice goal, but the linesman's flag's up. I don't know who this linesman is, but I love them. Elsewhere, Birmingham are beating Charlton. Butterworth free kick goes just over. I mean, if Birmingham win and Salford win, I think we win the league today. Do we win the league today if that happens? I think we do. Do we win the league? We would win the league today. We wouldn't even have to come back for the last game against Birmingham. That would be bonkers. I feel like we need to have the latest scores on display. I mean, Salford are beating Forest Green 4-0. Birmingham are winning 2-0. We're 2-0 up. At what point do we start the trophy ceremony? At what point do we start celebrating here? I mean, if we drew this game, we'd still be in a really good position if both Charlton and Forest Green lost. It looks like both those teams, though, Going to fail to secure 3 points, which would be absolutely crazy, all things considering. Gold is through, should score this. Can he score it? Of course he can. He dinks it over the keeper. Goal number 32. We missed him for the last month, and he had that kind of 3 or 4 week period out. But that right there was an absolutely filthy finish. Duffy plays through Stevie Gold. He runs through. He dinks it, gets his little toe under it. Keeper, sit down. Think about what you've done. Go to your room. You're in timeout. It's 3-0. It's all done, isn't it? It's all done. Surely. They're going for a long throw here. McDonald collects. McDonald's so good in the air at plucking those kind of balls out. I do love the fact that our team is made up of lower league heroes. I talked about, obviously, players like Gold joining us in the Northern Premier League. Let's not forget that players like Nesbitt up top for us. He was playing for Gerson and Ashton 2 years ago. He was playing down in the Vanarama National League. And Nesbitt in goal for us, I think 5 years ago, was released by Burnley and playing in the 8th tier of English football. And now he's on course to get promoted back to the 2nd tier. I'm sure he thought when Burnley released him that his career was over. Doesn't look like it's over, although maybe that... I mean, if we now bottle this, maybe his career is over. Maybe then I take it all back. Colchester get one back. They've taken inspiration from Stephen Gold's finish there by dinking it over the goalkeeper. It was a really nice finish by Johnston. The defending wasn't great. McDonald, I mean, let's be honest, he's been hung out to dry there, hasn't he, by his defence. They've not come to his rescue. 10 minutes left. The nerves are still getting to me. Can you tell? Probably should make some subs as well. Nesbitt, off you come. Maitland, on you come. Elsewhere, Haynes is on a booking. I don't like it. Sang's on a booking. I don't like it. Let's bring in Bedeau and Bird to fill in those spots of the team. Win that ball. Sammy Bird, we love him. Maitland now with the ball. Back to O'Donnell. Maitland, he's quick. He's fresh off the bench, but he can't get away from the defender there. Monson nods it down to O'Donnell. I mean, I feel like we're about to win the league, but I can't get too carried away just yet. I know how Football Manager works. Stuff changes quickly. Sule, Gold. Not a good pass by Stephen Gold. And now Johnston, who's already got 1 goal, in behind the defence perhaps, in a wide area. Players queuing up in the middle. Might still be able to get it into the middle. They can. McDonald just about deals with it. That was not convincing at all. Please, what are we doing? Stop it. Away. No nonsense. There's nonsense happening. He's offside, right? He's offside. He was offside. Wouldn't have counted. I don't like the fact Colchester are on the attack to end the game. I'm shouting demand more and hoping that that's going to be enough. There's another highlight. Don't do it to me, Football Manager. Stop it. Why couldn't we just have a nice, calm 10 minutes? Why couldn't we have just a nice, relaxing end to this game? Johnston. Oh my word, no way, no way. Johnson's through. He's one-on-one. McDonald makes the stop. I absolutely love McDonald. I did see Forest Green have got a goal back against Oxford. I think it was Oxford they're playing. Oh no, Salford they're playing. They're 4-1 down. I don't think they're going to come back. Oh my word. Oh my. I tell you what, McDonald, it wasn't a straightforward... it was a straightforward save. He still had to make it. And with it, I mean, we've done what we needed to. Have we won the league there? I think we might have won the league. The trophy ceremony in Football Manager is bugged, I think, at the moment. And as you can see, we have won the league. I mean, where's the trophy? Okay, you know what? The trophy doesn't matter. Birmingham won 2-0. Salford won 4-1. We were the only team in the top 3 that managed to win. And with that, we pull 5 points clear and secure promotion to the Championship. Which concerns me, because we've not got a lot of money in the bank. We're over £1 million in debt. And it's a big leap up. And I don't know if we've got the quality to survive. I don't even want to look at the budgets. I don't even want to look at the budgets. I don't know how much money we were spending. Should we take a look? Wage budget at 60,000, transfer budget at 236,000, and we're currently spending 45,000 a week on wages. So the wages aren't going up by a chunk. Relative to everyone else, it's not a massive chunk. We're financially insecure, £1.3 million in the red. As I mentioned, the wage budget is going up, but just to kind of put it in a bit of kind of context here, it is currently the 2nd lowest wage budget in the league already. It's going up by 25%, so we're going to get about 2.4 million to spend in the Championship, which in League One would still have us in kind of the bottom 4 teams for wage spend a year. I hadn't really thought about the actual consequences of getting promoted to the Championship. Now the reality is actually dawning on me. I'm realising that we're probably going to be in a little bit of trouble. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I'm just, you know what? I'm just pausing and panicking. It'll be fine. We've won the league. Look at the positives. We've won the league, everyone. The fans are ecstatic. The board are ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. Look how happy I am. Very happy. Look, Gold's on form. 2 assists and a goal for this man. A man who has been an eternal part at this point, it feels like, of our FC United journey. In fact, he has been here every single season we've been at the club. And this year here, his best season ever in terms of average rating with 1 match left. To all the haters who said he couldn't do it in League One, where are you now? I think there was only like 1 comment about that. So to that individual who left that comment, you were wrong. I forgive you. And as you can see here, confirmed FC United crowned champions, Stephen Gold, player of the day. We love that. Yeah, really, really, really great seasonal performance. Bit anticlimactic it doesn't go down to the final day. I was hoping for some last-minute fireworks, but instead, I can go and enjoy myself against Birmingham in 2 weeks' time. In terms of what the plan is for the rest of this episode, I'm going to hop forward to the end of season bit. There's not a lot of point in doing this last game of the season. Gives us a bit of a chance to talk about the squad and where we're heading, because I'll level with you. This is not a team that is at all ready for the championship. I mean, it's just not, is it? It's going to be a really, really tough year ahead. I'm going to formulate a plan in the next 2 weeks and come back to you with it and pitch it after I've done beating Birmingham, hopefully. I'm not even really sure what to say about this game that I just played against Birmingham. We've won 7-0. It wasn't a 7-0 game, but it was much like the first game of today where we scored every shot. Originally, you know, I thought we were just going to go to the end of the season, but we have to drink this in. McDonald saved a penalty, and I almost feel like that turned the entire game. Gold, by the way, got his 200th goal for FC United in the league in this game. He was on 199, so really cool to see him hit that landmark. And Dylan Crowe, yeah, he got 2 assists. He got a booking. I was scared he was going to get sent off, but he didn't. He was a good boy today. Nice way to end the season. Elsewhere, Charlton and Forest Green won on the final day, but Charlton secured promotion. They'll be going up with us. Kind of wish Forest Green had gone up because Charlton's team was comfortably the best of the top 3 teams, and I would rather have another slightly weaker team with us going into the championship next year. Good news, £25,000 for winning the Sky Bet League One. Yeah, limited positivity, I think, that can be taken from that. Still 1.4 million in the red. I was having a little look at player values. We would have to sell a couple of first-team players to get out of debt. Yeah, not looking forward to this summer in many ways. But you guys know what time it is. It's time for the end of season review, and this is a bit of a weird season. We didn't actually sign that many new players to the team. Of course, we won League 2 really comfortably last year, and with a young squad that's still getting better, I was feeling quietly confident going into this year, and the players that we did sign weren't kind of massive revelations. I guess Fouad Soulé and O'Donnell did very well in the midfield for us. I feel like Soulé, being a defensive midfielder, just never going to get a good rating in FM22. Our signing of the season was Lewis O'Donnell, the 24-year-old, absolutely sensational as the attacking midfielder this year. Was one of a couple of additions in the centre mid position who definitely made an impact. Elsewhere in the team, we kind of kept faith in the players that were already here. But the centre mid, we added players in. They did the business for us. In terms of players that we sold on this year, of course, Martinez went back to Venezuela. He played 6 games in the league. We don't have the Venezuelan league loaded, but he is still playing for the Venezuelan national team. The Martinez fans will be pleased to know. Elsewhere, Liam Donaldson, of course, we sold the former Man City man, a man we picked up a few years ago now. We sold him for 96k. He had a solid year by all accounts in League One, but simply put, he wouldn't have played for us this year. We had too many defenders, just that little bit better. I don't want to click on all the different cup tabs, so we're just going to pretend those ones don't exist. Let's look at the league table. We won the league, selling out almost every single game. Stephen Gold got 32 goals. And when you look at that league table, we weren't absolutely mad this year. There is definitely seasons where 92 points would not get you top kind of 2 in this league. But it certainly was a season where teams were drawing against one another. Some of the teams where I thought would be particularly scary, like Birmingham, started the year slowly. And well, we capitalised on that and had a team that constantly showed up and was capable of scoring goals. And it turns out, when you score goals, you can win football matches. Of course, the positives on the pitch are somewhat eclipsed by the negatives off the pitch in terms of the finances. We didn't go on a cup run, so we didn't make as much competition prize money versus last year. But elsewhere, things continue to grow, and the player with the highest number of shirts sold, Stevie Gold, followed by Duffy, Nesbitt, Booty, and Butterworth, rounding off the top 5. When it came to the starting 11 this year, there wasn't a load of rotation. We kind of settled quite quickly on a best 11. McDonald in goal, Terry Taylor and Quanta at centre-back did fantastically. Of course, Taylor was playing in the Championship a few years ago. Didn't really have a time to remember back then, but he was kind of one of those players that we signed knowing he had Championship experience. So the kind of player we might expect to make the step up with us next year. As for Quanta, I feel like he is constantly a man kind of just surpassing expectations. Might turn out to be one of the best £20,000 signings I've ever made. Was a legend of Park to Prem last season for us. He's already played more seasons this year than in the previous FM21 Park to Prem. Whether or not he can make the step up to the Championship, I have got some reservations. I feel like there's a point at which being able to jump and header the ball well only gets you so far. Sang out on the right-hand side, 7.31 rating for him, had a solid year, but when you look at him, he's just not a Championship quality player. I think the issue is I'm going to look across a lot of positions in the team this year and tell you they're not Championship quality. It's going to be tough. I guess the big positive to take is we got 60 goals out of our two strikers. 62 goals to be precise. And if you include Duffy, between the front three, we got, 83 goals. That is, I mean, by all accounts, that is absolutely ridiculous. The trio up top, definitely the real difference maker this year. For as good as we were defensively, Gold, Nesbitt, and then just Duffy in behind playing off them was just too much of a handful for so many teams this season. In terms of accolades, we did win Manager of the Season last season in League 2. I don't know why this always shows up on a year delay. Elsewhere, we won Manager of the Month on 2 occasions. Stephen Gold got those 200 goals. He was already the league kind of top goal scorer in the club's history. Continues that record going. Elsewhere, we have set a record for highest transfer fee paid. Samuel Com, £42,000 paid. Hoping that this man might get a work permit. I can't apply for it for a few more days yet, but I do feel like he would be a very, very useful player in the Championship. Fans Player of the Season and Young Player of the Season went to Stephen Gold. Kind of easy to forget. Stephen Gold is only 23 years old, everyone. He could be here forever, as far as I'm concerned. Lewis O'Donnell won Signing of the Season. Elsewhere, Nesbitt most assists. Nesbitt also got most Player of the Matches. Quanta, most passes completed per 90, for what that's worth. Really, it was the Grant Nesbitt Stephen Gold show this year. Nesbitt, definitely the better player on the whole. You can see here a leading player for Sky Bet League One sides. Going to be interesting to see if he's got that potential to kick on maybe that tiny bit further, the 23-year-old, and really prove his worth as a Championship level player next season. Just for people wondering how the overall best 11 is looking here at FC United, here it is on proud display. Nathan Harker in goal, of course, was at Nottingham Forest last year. This year, he's not played any games for them. Of course, last end of season, we were shocked to see he was playing for them. Elsewhere, you've got Dylan Crow, Quanta, of course, Isaiah Kunu, long-term servant to the club. He is currently playing at Little Oakley, which does sound very tin pot as a football team name. I'm sorry, Little Oakley. It's not a scary name, is it, Little Oakley? It sounds like a quaint little village team. I hope he's enjoying his retirement anyway. Elsewhere in the team, a lot of these players are already at the club still. Harry Wallace, one of the few exceptions. He currently playing for Scunthorpe down in the National League, not playing particularly amazingly. I will say he has massively declined as a footballer since he left us. I feel like he was way, way better a few years ago. Looking at things, he has had a torn hamstring. Has he had issues with injury since he left us? It looks like there's been one or two that have maybe impacted his development a little bit. Of course, Maitland, Gold, Riches all still here. Harry Lee was an important player the first few seasons. He is still kicking around, playing for Barwell in the National League. A few other players who, to be honest, I don't really recognise, probably because they predate me. I know there is one more player that people want me to look at today, which was the reason I came here, but he wasn't in the media best 11. So let me go find him. I know there's the AOK fan club out there. Here's your boy. Here's how he's doing. 21 years old, on loan from Wickham but Bradford this year, playing in League 2. Kept 8 clean sheets in 40, a 6.86 rating. It's not amazing, is it? He's had 2 years playing in League 2, not doing amazingly. If we just compare him really quickly to McDonald, just to give you an idea of how good McDonald is. McDonald, I don't think, gets the credit he deserves for just how amazing he is. You can see it here. We do have a sell-on in AOK's kind of contract where we get 50% of any profit. In fact, I don't think it's even profit. No, 50% of any transfer fee. I don't have the option to cash in on it. Looking at how he's developing, I don't feel like he's improved in the last 2 or 3 seasons. So we may not even get any money left, or money kicked back to us rather, just because I think Wickham are going to end up releasing him at the end of his contract. Frankly, he's just not very good. So going into next season, board expectations, fight bravely against relegation. I know I've said this the last couple of years. It's going to be a really tough season. I feel like the step up from League One to Championship is massive. Just the financial differences between teams are absolutely mad. We talked about, our expected wage spend for the year next year being about 2.4 million for the squad if I spend our budget. If we just look at the salaries per year, this coming year, of course, we're talking about spending 2.4 million. The current lowest is 8.55 million. It is going to be, it's going to be such a tricky season. Currently, we're spending 1.88 million. It is, the difference in quality between League One and Championship is monumental. I do feel like we've got promoted a little bit too early, and a relegation probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if we went back to League One. Maybe we're able to cash in on some players, maybe get a new owner who's willing to invest a bit more money. Let's look at the positives. We've got promoted. We've got what I think and know is going to be a way trickier season next year. I am scared about it. So what is the plan for next season? It's a fantastic question, and it's a question which I think I don't really know the answer to, in all honesty. It's going to be tough. I feel like the ultimate kind of aim is just to try and stay up. It isn't the end of the world if we go down. I don't want to keep racking up more and more and more debt at a more rapid rate, kind of spending to try and stay in the Championship at the cost of the club. I think realistically, obviously, we need a new right back. We need a new left back. We have got Amadou Ba, who has just been granted a work permit, who's going to be a massive, massive upgrade in the full-back area for us. Elsewhere, I'm desperately hoping the likes of Samuel Com might be given work permits, because I think he's a player who could definitely offer us something. Same with Jong Aping. Really, really good centre mid, great set-piece specialist, amazing mentals. Whether or not he's quite ready for the Championship, I suppose, is a question mark, but he would undoubtedly add a little bit of quality to our team. In terms of players who I feel like if I absolutely had to, I could throw them in the Championship and do okay, I think this is a team I could kind of deal with. I look at the likes of Butterworth, I look at the likes of O'Donnell, and I know deep down inside they're not quite good enough, and if better centre mids come along, I'm probably going to have to take them. But equally, for the kind of money that we're able to spend, our current highest earner is on £2,200 a week. We're not going to be able to attract in super high quality talent, at least not from within the domestic game. We might be looking further afield. We might be looking at one or two big additions on slightly more significant wages than what we're offering to try and stay up. It's going to be tough. Of course, we're one promotion now away from the Premier League, which is amazing. Let's be honest, the likes of Nesbitt, the likes of Gold, probably good players for this level, not great players for this level, and certainly not players that you would look at and go, yeah, you could get Championship kind of playoff spots going into next season. Today's been a weird episode. I don't know. I expected more drama to the last, but in the end, it was kind of cruise control. It was quite nice. It was refreshing to have kind of an end of season where I wasn't pulling my hair out and I wasn't panicking. Of course, when we look at this squad, there is work to be done before next season. It is going to be a busy pre-season ahead, and a biggie pre-season, I suppose. Next time out, we will be kicking off the new season. Hopefully that will be tomorrow. It may take me an extra day, depending on how long the pre-season stuff takes. We're going to be looking at loans. Of course, we've got the affiliate club in Everton that I talked about a few episodes ago. I'm hoping, as a Championship team, Everton, who of course in this universe, taken over by a tycoon, doing very, very well in the Premier League, might be willing to lend me a player or two now we've got promoted. That would definitely help us out. Anyway, folks, that wraps up everything from me today. The Championship awaits. I'm excited. I'm scared. I hope you're a little bit of both those things too. It's going to be a step into the unknown. Financially, the club is an absolute mess. I need to try and address it if I can in the summer. I don't think there's a quick and easy fix, but we'll see what we can do. We might have to sell a player or two on. Next episode, we'll be starting the new season. If you've got any words of encouragement, wisdom, what would you do in my situation? Please let me know. I feel like a relegation battle is almost a certainty next year, but we'll go into it with a smile on our face and hopefully enjoy the poundings that are probably going to be dished out next year. Yeah, that's everything from me today. I really do have a way with words, don't I? I'll see you guys tomorrow for more. Take care. And yeah, other than that, it's me, Jack. We're in the Championship. I don't know what to do. I'm panicking. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.